Good morning. Today here at Balla Primary School we will be talking to you about the importance of humanities and what it can provide for our Year 3 students. So the Oswald's Curriculum Planning Resource provides support to school leaders to plan and document their teaching and learning program. The Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership Standards conveys the importance of humanities for students, to understand a broader knowledge of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, to respect and know about the history, cultures and languages provided. Students should also learn about the impact of Indigenous cultural identity and linguistic background. The Humanities and Social Sciences focuses on the behaviour of humans and social, cultural, environmental, economic and political interaction. In the Australian curriculum, the Humanities and Social Science learning area includes a study of history, geographics, civics and citizenship, economics and business. So the Australian curriculum aims to provide humanities and social subjects a broad understanding of the world which we live and how people can participate as active and informed citizens with high-level skills needed for the 21st century. Through these studies, students will learn to question, use critical thinking, problem solving, deepen communication, enhance decisions, and adapt to change. This also requires an understanding of interrelated subjects which were previously listed. So there are many theories and methods used, however the ones being focused on today are multiple perspectives, community inclusion, multiple mediums of delivery, and Bloom's taxonomy. So Level 3 Humanities Oswald's focuses on students working towards Level 4 standards and looking at their local area and Victoria. Students learn about how the local community have changed over time and compare the difference of local and other Victorian environments. They also develop an understanding of how people may affect the environment and in doing so, their others' lives around them. Oswald's incorporates cross-curriculum covering all domains of history, geographic, politics and economics. The cross-curriculum can be seen as students also learn about location and directions, which include a basics of grids and compass points and maps to locate and name Indigenous points within Australia.
We believe it is important for many different perspectives to be included in the teaching of humanities. It is important for all students to feel that their cultures and experiences are being represented and explored. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures is one of the curriculum priorities, meaning that as educators we should find opportunities to explore this as it is often ignored. This priority allows for all students to build their knowledge of the history of Australia that can help all students to connect with Indigenous cultures. The Respect Relationships Reconciliation project has been developed for the Australian Institute of Teaching and School Leadership to address focus areas within the Australian standards for teachers. It is important to show respect towards others. This can be shown in many ways by waiting for someone to speak, making sure that others feel comfortable to listen to the ideas, beliefs and cultures of others. Relationships and interconnectedness are extremely important for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. It is important for all students to have an understanding of the intercultural relationships to family, to country and place, and to sea and sky. Reconciliation is a process of building the relationships between Indigenous Australians and non-Indigenous Australians. It is working towards being able to achieve fairness and justice as we close the gap between cultures. The Respect Relationships Reconciliation project is something that we have implemented in our school to try to work towards creating more balance between perspectives of many cultures being shown.
As educators, it is crucial to apply different teaching styles to cater for all students. One way of doing this is by using Bloom's taxonomy theory within our lessons.
Bloom's taxonomy theory provides a significant framework for most teachers to use to focus on higher-order thinking. By providing a hierarchy of levels, this taxonomy assists us educators in designing performance tasks, crafting questions for discussions, and providing feedback on student work. The theory consists of 6 levels. Level 1, remembering. Level 2, understanding. Level 3, applying. Level 4, analysing. Level 5, evaluating. And Level 6, creating. As you can see, remembering is a lower order thinking skill, and creating is the higher order thinking skill. So the question is why? Why will we use Bloom's taxonomy theory within our lessons. Besides the fact that it promotes higher order thinking, it reminds us teachers of what we are asking students to do and why. For an example, let's look at Grade 3 students. Grade 3 students in Humanities will look at the days and weeks celebrated in Australia, including Australia Day, Anzac Day, and National Sorry Day, and the importance of the symbols. Now the question is, how will we use this theory in teaching Grade 3 students about the Australia Day, Anzac Day, and National Sorry Day? Mainly focusing on Anzac Day. At Level 1, students will try to remember the basic facts, terms, concepts, and answers, such as: what is Anzac Day? When is Anzac Day? How did Anzac Day happen? Why is it called Anzac Day? And what is Anzac Day? At the level of understanding, students will understand facts and ideas by organising, comparing, translating, interpreting, giving descriptions, and stating main ideas. This can be done by creating posters or PowerPoints, or even videos. Let's quickly jump to the level of creating. At this level, students formulate new structures from existing knowledge and skills. By visiting a site such as Melbourne Museum, students are able to make sense of what they have previously learnt in the classroom. This fits well with a level understanding. And now I hope you understand why we use Bloom's taxonomy theory within our lessons.
At Balla Primary School, we look at the Humanities department of inclusion in the community to make a better understanding of the world around us. With that being said, we want to make sure our students are able to engage with the other community, whether that's Western society, Asian society, or in our society, including the main conception of Indigenous culture and history. The national curriculum looks at the key concepts of Indigenous cultures and their perspectives on life before colonisation. Through the key cross-curriculum priority we've got, the CAR program looks at the historical Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander history and culture in the classroom and makes sure it's a key concept that each student around the state and the country must focus on in the Humanities department. For our activities, we plan to make sure our students are able to engage in cultural experiences through the Indigenous perspectives. We're going to make sure our activities are engaging and interact with the students so they want to be involved. The areas we want to go focus are Bundjalung Museum, Tutor Sanctuary, and having an elder come to our school and tell the students about food type stories, hunting strategies and methods, as well as understanding different cultural perspectives before colonisation. Going to the Bundjalung Museum at Mollie Museum will enrich our students' prior understanding about Aboriginals and the Torres Strait Islander people, seeing the practical elements and artefacts that have been explored through the Humanities department at the school. And here at Tutor Sanctuary, we'll be able to explore the area and understand the Indigenous cultures and their perspectives on the world before colonisation. While visiting Tutor Sanctuary, we'll be able to explore the area of the Wurundjeri people, create understanding about the Coronado Preserve, as well as interact with the animals of that region. We're going to make sure we bring an elder to our schools, so our students are able to engage with the historical events that they have before colonisation through tales like Dreamtime stories, hunting and gathering stories and events, as well as weapons like hunting spears, boomerangs and other devices, and the students are able to engage with the elders so they can ask questions to gain a better understanding about the cultural experience before colonisation. Make sure our students are engaged with historical events through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. We're going to make sure that a cross-curriculum area is set up so that each subject, such as math, English, science, arts, and of course humanities, intertwine, so then each department can focus on different areas of Indigenous cultural perspectives and historical and cultural events before colonisation. We're going to make sure each student is able to learn about the historical events prior to colonisation, and make sure each student is able to learn no matter what their learning ability is.
Here at Balla Primary School, we have a strong tradition of utilising multiple mediums to teach and learn about humanities. We believe that this is very important for nurturing all the different ways in which our students learn. So what do we mean when we say multiple mediums?
A medium is the way in which information is presented. For instance, if I wanted to tell you where I lived, I could tell you using my voice, I could write it down for you as you would see in a letter, or I could show you on a map. these are 3 ways in which I could communicate that information to you. With regards to where we get our information from, we have our students research online using the internet, look at books, images, graphs, charts, maps, and we also have community members come in and give their accounts of events, what their history has been and where they have come from.
So where does this practice come from? Why do we implement it here at Balla Primary School?
This practice is founded on the work of Howard Gardner and his theory of multiple intelligences. He believed that there was not just one form of intelligence, but several: kinesthetic, visual, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and more. We believe, as he did, that it is of the utmost importance that we recognize and nurture all of the varied human intelligences and all of the combinations of these intelligences.
Multiple mediums is not just about the information that we are presented with. If history has taught us anything, it is that everyone needs to be heard. How can we do this if we do not allow our students to express themselves in a means that suits them? How can we expect them to identify with their culture, their history, and modern society if we limit the means by which they learn? It is not only about being understood, it is giving our students the tools to best demonstrate their capacity to achieve and develop. We still adhere to both national and state curriculums, but our students are not forced to meet these standards with only pen and paper. If tomorrow your child can demonstrate their understanding of past events with dance, with drawings, with their own means of expression, we will facilitate that through the provision of multiple mediums. It is this practice that allows everyone to best express their way and their understanding of history.
There are multiple means of assessment. One of them is the as, for, and of learning assessment. As allows for students to reflect and see growth in their learning. This allows them to improve their future learning as well. For, so when teachers use evidence and reasoning for students' progress, this is to help increase students' learning and their teacher skills. Of is when teachers use student learning to review their achievements against standards and see what they have learned and if they are ready for the next phase of learning. So Auswells provides full access for all staff for online programs regarding assessments to cater for the different curriculums. An example of this is the online maths test. Questions can involve around the amount of Indigenous tribes and comparing their seasons to Western style and formulating a comparison through charts and grids. Through online assessment, teachers and students can keep track of progress and see where improvements are needed and what the misunderstanding may be. Students can reflect and practice while teachers are provided evidence and are able to view students' achievement and progress. Another example is the RISE model. It consists of stages to create, evaluate, analyse, apply, understand and remember. All these models require reflection for improvement, evidence of student progress and their achievements of what students have learned.
Humanities is crucial in the learning and development of students all over the globe. It helps us put this world in context of our past, our people, and our purpose. It allows us to connect with our society and the country we live in. It is a powerful influence as we build and shape our identity. We hope that you are as enthusiastic about this content as we are, and that you now see how much opportunity there is for you to assist in the humanities teaching of your children. Wherever possible, we want the community to come into our classroom as the students in our classroom become part of the community. We are very excited to get started. Thank you.